Today is the day that the Latewar Germany pack is finally getting released. And this is going to be the feature video of all of the builds in the pack. We're better to begin with one of the classical tank destroyers, the Jagdpanther. A very heavy armored tank destroyer built on the Jagdpanther, the Panther chassis. The Jagdpanther is a very nice, well-rounded build here. Good mobility, very good firepower, very good protection. It has been made by 102nd Smirnov, somebody you can find on the official Sprocket Discord, just like all of the other creators inside of the pack. And yeah, it's just a very nice model here. It has realistic armor values, gun values. The mobility is a little bit higher than would be realistic, and the gun sight is a little bit off center of where it would realistically be. Or not, there's not really anything else that this build doesn't do what the original one couldn't. And with that, we're going to go over to the next build in the pack, and that is going to be the Jagdtiger. And the Jagdtiger, of course, is basically the bigger brother of the Jagdpanther, getting a 128mm gun on a Tiger chassis instead of a Panther chassis. Reload, of course, is going to be longer. Build is, of course, going to be slower, but is more well protected and packs even more of a punch. And one thing that I could say is not realistic with this one compared to the real one is this one's transmission doesn't break down. So that's one benefit, of course. And this one has been made by Vidar, very talented creator. And he made these custom, for example, these mantlets right here. Just are very, very astonishing. Very, very well done. They're using the advanced building techniques to get those done, basically. Of course, the gun does have some difficulties. It's very hard to aim. Being as big as it is, it doesn't have that much elevation. But you know what? It makes up for that with just sheer firepower. After that, we're going to go on into the next build, which is the Elefant right here. The Elefant has been made by Drift. Drift has spent a very long time on getting this very, very accurate Porsche Tiger hull, so I could make both the Elefant and the Porsche Tiger both being included into this pack. This one goes again to the King Tiger's 88mm gun, but instead of a Panther chassis, it is the Tiger P chassis. The thing has more armor protection than that of the Jagdpanther, but of course has worse mobility. And actually true to the original build, this one has a tendency to burn down its engine if you rev it over too much. So sometimes you want to let go of the gas a little bit to not make it just burn down. Again, gun is just the same as on the Panther. Very potent gun, high velocity, takes stuff out at a very long distance, and this will be definitely will be a good challenge when actually fighting them on the planes yourself. Well, with that, we're actually going to be going over to the actual tanks, going from all of the tank destroyers, with a Panther G, again made by Vidar. He just worked on a bunch of tanks, to be honest, here in the pack. Most ones are by him or by Drift. And this one is basically just taking away the case made from the Jagdpanther and actually having just a proper turret. Gun's going to be a little bit worse, only a 75 compared to an 88. But it doesn't say that this very long-barreled, high-velocity gun doesn't pack a punch. Gun depression is a little bit of a factor in this guy, so do keep that in mind as well. Let's see if we can actually find somebody to shoot at. I guess the Tiger's armor, Panther's armor, side armor, decided to give him a little bit of a downside here. Again, all the armor values are realistic. You're going to see the 40mm weak side on the Panther. Got it, caught it right there. Now we go on over a Panzer IV Model H. This one has been made by Ivan, and their side skirts, they're going to be more challenging than it looks, especially if they have to be a little bit rounded. Of course, this is actually one of the weakest tank in the pack, but at the same time, it's actually the most used tank among all of them, being, well, you know, the workhorse of the German army during World War II. And yeah, of course, this one actually gets you have a few buddies when fighting, because it isn't as heavy compared to all the Wunderwaffen tanks. But it still packs up a punch to take out a Panther or something like that. And yeah, that is going to be the Panzer IV. On to the Tiger 2, and actually I'm going to go with the normal Tiger 2 first here. Again, made by Fidar. Absolutely astonishing design, using a lot of tiny little details to make these realistic looking fenders. Big props to him. He even made the big welding spots on the frontal hull, as you can see right there. A lot of small details go into the builds, and that's why they are of such high quality. And this one, again, going back to the long 88mm gun. Very, very powerful. And this one's probably in the most powerful iteration of it. Having the heavy armor and protection of a King Tiger. You're gonna be able to bounce a lot of shots with this thing. Unless I manage to get to the side, of course. Then the Tiger is gonna be not much more survivable than the Panther. And there he goes. Now we have the Panzer Tiger 2, which is the command variant, which has a very large radio station in the back, as well as in the turret. It has an additional one as well. So they are exactly identical to the normal Tiger 2, so I won't take it out for a spin. It just has the extra antennas. And now we're going on to some of the Tiger 1 models. This one is a just regular Tiger 1 made by Drift. As saying the shorter 88mm gun. One of the is the first famous German cat. And probably one of the most iconic tanks in World War II overall. A lot of details went into making the mantlet of this one. A lot of layers, a lot of small details there. So overall, again, amazing design by Drift. This one is actually the ones that you actually saw before, being, of course, in the teaser release of the Latewar Germany pack. And since then, it has not changed, so it's still the exact same build as before. However, what Drift did do is make a Sturmtiger based on the same chassis. And this one actually has some file alterations to actually have a 380mm main gun. Of course, the main gun is going to have terrible traverse and elevation, but oh boy, does it pack a one big explosion. So I'm just going to shoot it right here on the ground, or against the tree if I can. There you go. Very, very big explosion. You could even see like the huge size of the freaking tracer. And you know, that's this little crane that it uses to load the shells, because this thing is actually muzzle loaded. It can actually is not breech loaded, so even though the ammo is stored inside, it has to be pulled out from the tank and loaded in from the front. That's how big this cannon is. Now that, we're gonna go over the last tank of the pack, the Porsche Tiger. The Porsche Tiger, or otherwise known as the Volketten 4501P, is a prototype Tiger that fought against the Henschel design. And yeah, this one has the very same hull as the Ferdinand. And sadly, the model wasn't updated in time to have the identical turret as that of the Tiger 1E, but it will probably be updated in the future. And if these packs get updates, I will regularly post videos of those in the channel. Again, the download of this pack is going to be in the description down below, and I will teach you guys how to install it in a little bit right after we finish up the display of the Tiger 1 prototype here. Of course, this prototype did lose compared to that of the Henschel design, so that's why it actually has the prototype designation inside of the pack instead of having its official designation that it would have received when it was actually released and built. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the pack here. A whole bunch of Latewar German tanks that you can use inside of your encounters. So, some of you guys might ask yourself, how actually do you install these tanks? So, basically there's going to be a zip down in the description below. And that one is very, very simple. Once you get to your your files, you want to go to your documents, you want to go to your games, and to Sprocket, factions, and you want to put it right here. So I already have the zip right here, so you can see Latewar Germany pack, that's the folder. You want to put the folder inside of your factions folder, just like this, Latewar Germany pack. And it will contain the credits for all designs, who made which ones, and we'll create all of the blueprints files right here. If you want to actually put them in so you can fight them, so this is only if you want to be able to load them like this. Of course, to load them, you first have to swap to the right faction. Gonna have to swap to your pack, and then you can load them in. If you want to actually have the builds installed so you can actually fight them, you're gonna have to go to right here to the types and get all of the blueprint files of the tanks. I want to go to your Sprocket game, which I should have right here. My Steam library, Steam apps, common, Sprocket. But if you want to find it for yourself, because of course the install folder can be different everywhere, you can go to your library on Steam, then right mouse button on Sprocket, press properties, then go to local files, and then click browse. Then browse will pop up the files right here in your file explorer. You can go to Sprocket data. Then I'm pretty sure it's streaming assets, blueprints, vehicles. And now you have whole sets of lists right here. And there is the Latewar medium, lights, and heavies. So if you go to the Latewar heavies, and you can just paste all of these builds right here, and then you can just take your Panzer IV H, take that one out, and put that one as a Latewar medium. So now, I have a chance of getting all of these builds instead of the other builds that are in here. So for my Latewar heavies, these are all the things I could face. So including the old Panther and the old King Tiger. But if I remove these two old Panther and the old King Tiger, I'll be guaranteed to face one of these builds when I actually start playing the game. Of course, I actually have to restart my game for that to work. It will not be able to see them right now. But when playing the Tiger, you will be able to face your builds from after restarting the game. And it's just all the more exciting, really. So we're just gonna take a look here, just in case it actually does work without restarting. We just should be able to, you should have to restart to get this to work. First, we will take out some tracks and things here, real quick. I don't think we have a heavy tank here, so yeah, you do have to restart to make it work. But once you do restart, again, they will spawn in there. If you want to have the light tanks come over, again, you can put some of these tanks in the Latewar light folder. Like you're gonna see the light splatter, and Super Karma, all those models that you're already familiar with in this area right here. You can replace them, you can just add to them. That's how you get these builds in there. And the zip file, very simple download down in the description below. It's hosted via my website, so it will never become in jeopardy. It will always just be there. And yeah, that's gonna be it. It's quite a long video for today. And yeah, gonna sign out. Hope you guys enjoyed. And enjoy all of the Latewar Germany tanks. Tomorrow is going to be the release of the post-war pack, so stay tuned for that one. And tomorrow I will also be releasing like the information on the pack that's going to be releasing on Monday as well. So also stay tuned for that video. So hope you enjoyed. See you guys all in the next one. Goodbye.